Good evening and welcome into Yost Ice Arena. We have an exciting matchup ahead of us tonight. Game 2 of a 2-game series between the Michigan Wolverines and the Minnesota Golden Gophers. We all know what happened last night. This one went to overtime, and then we had a thrilling finish in overtime. One-timer from Ethan Edwards to seal the deal. The Wolverines take Game 1. Now tonight, the Golden Gophers, who of course swept the Wolverines in December, look for revenge. Good evening, everyone. Welcome into WCBN coverage of Michigan hockey. I'm Owen Crain. I'm alongside Vihaan Easwar this evening. Vihaan, how are you?
I'm excellent, Had a bit of a struggle to get here, had a little mental hiccup where I thought the game was at 7 p.m. and not 6, but we're here thanks to the Bursley Bates and an Uber driver. Shout out Jeffrey. I think Jeffrey was his name. Your services are much appreciated. I'm right here. This is always bound to be a great matchup. These two teams have produced plenty of great games in recent memory, especially last night, and this Michigan team is always entertaining to call. You don't always know what you're getting out of them, but at the very least, you tend to get entertainment, as they've been all season. It's been a bit of a roller coaster going now into postseason play approaching soon, but at the very least, they've shown the capacity to entertain an audience, and I think that's all you can ask for, either as a broadcaster or a fan. Now,
quickly, before puck drop here, was there anything you noticed last night from either Michigan or Minnesota that you liked? Anything you want to see from either of these programs tonight?
Yeah, well, I think one thing that I think is important in hockey is scoring in the bottom two lines, and I think one player I'm looking at for tonight is Evan Werner. He's got 20 goals while playing on the third line, and I think that kind of scoring depth is just so important for a team like Michigan, for any team, but especially a team like Michigan.
We're set. Estapa faced off against Moore at center ice. Puck dropped and won by the Golden Gophers to start things off here in Ann Arbor. Gophers quickly pushing up ice. A bounce pass intended for Wood directs all the way towards the netting and is covered by Logan Stein. He is back in net this evening after stepping in last night for Cameron Corpy, who was injured halfway through the second period. Corpy noticeably not dressing this evening, so it is Logan Stein in net for your Wolverines.
Yeah, and the Wolverines have, sort of rotated goalkeepers at points a lot this season. We've seen Stein, we've seen Anthony Albano, we've seen Cam Corpy all get minutes at different points, and I think that's been one of the things that's really made this team stand out from last year when you had that relative stability in net with Jake Barzewski.
It certainly does seem that way. The only problem being that it seems that Naurato had decided on Corpy as the starter. He had started the past 4 games, but we've seen a lot of Stein this season, and you have to be glad that he got plenty of minutes, like you said, Vihaan. We're back to play Minnesota D-to-D in their own end, controlling the puck. Pass up to Kerf. Off his skate, drop to Wood on the near side. He's pushed over by Fantilli, who bumps the puck up by still near side. Hughes couldn't hold it. Moore steals it in the neutral zone for the Gophers and cuts to the far side.
TJ Hughes, Michigan's lone Hobey Baker nominee in the list of 10. I believe he was on a streak of 13 straight games with a point, 34 points on the season. Clearly been Michigan's standout player in this season. I believe Michigan's most recent Hobey Baker nominee since Adam Fantilli, who was in the stadium last night.
Wolverines with the puck in the neutral zone, dump it all the way down low. It's quickly covered by Liam Soulier. Soulier back in net this evening for the Golden Gophers. 3 goals allowed last evening. Of course, the final being that overtime snipe from Ethan Edwards. Far side draw in the Minnesota zone. 19:01 to go, scoreless in the first period. Draper wins the draw on the far side. It's quickly picked up, but taken into the neutral zone. Evan Warner couldn't hold on to the puck. He dropped it off to Rion Mullen, who tried to play it. Went off the skate of Snuggerud and out of play in the Michigan zone. So it will be a near side draw in Michigan zone.
Yeah, and just some quick stats on Michigan. You've got Hughes leading team in points. At second, you have Michael Hage and Evan Werner, 31 and then 22. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 players on this Wolverines team with 15 points or more, so they've clearly got plenty of potency. But the opposing Golden Gophers, I believe, have 5 players with 20 points or more, namely Jimmy Snuggerud, who has 20 goals and is also a Hobey Baker nominee.
The Golden Gophers had the puck in the Michigan zone. The Wolverines ultimately iced it, so we'll have a far side draw in Michigan zone. Keenan Draper takes the face-off for the Wolverines. He drops to one knee, finally wins it back to Vihaan Mullen in the corner. Up ice to Horkoff, off his skate, in a pinch at the line. Sam Rinzel grabbed the puck out of the air, but was just past the blue line, so we'll have an offsides. 18:28 to go in the first.
Yeah, and I believe that's the second face-off win for the Wolverines already in less than 2 minutes, and I think that's just so important, just having that physicality to go toe-to-toe team with a team like toe-to-toe with a team like Minnesota, who are ranked 4th in the country, 2nd in the Big Ten.
Gophers win the draw, dump the puck into the far corner, swung around near side. Now Ethan Edwards in a tussle with Hewlin. Clark in to help, so is Lamb. He pulls the puck out, sends it to the far side. We have a shot. Ryan Chesley let it fly, brushed aside by Stein to the corner. Now the Wolverines running in the opposite direction. Halem chasing a loose puck to the corner, swings it out to the point. It's a battle, but Gophers come away with it. Aaron Hewlin with a cross-ice pass quickly to Jimmy Clark. It's Brody Lamb. Lamb couldn't control the puck in the corner. Wolverines able to spit it out. Moldenhauer dumps it to the neutral zone, and the Golden Gophers now up in the opposite direction. Hendrickson loses the puck on the near side boards in the Michigan zone. Moldenhauer picks it up, cuts over the red line, and will dump in chase. Estapa adding pressure to the forecheck for the Wolverines. Gophers able to break the puck back out. Middlestad got in trouble at the blue line, but gives and go, and will get the puck right back. He'll drop it off. Now a quick drop at the point. Cutting in at the slot was Rinzel. He couldn't hold on to it. LaPointe through the neutral zone gives the puck right back to Rinzel and is up on the near side to Middlestad. He's in a tussle with Estapa. Nevers in to help. Estapa comes away with the puck, bounces it back behind the Michigan net. And then Duke up the far side. Pass to Whitelaw through the neutral zone. Again into trouble at the red line. Gophers dump it back behind the Michigan net. Stein will play it. A long pass up ice intended for Shifsky goes all the way. Someone got a stick on it, so icing waved off.
Yeah, right now the first line for the Wolverines of Garrett Shifsky, Josh Ernessy, and TJ Hughes is currently the one on the ice.
Wolverines in the neutral zone, dump the puck back down low again. It's played by Soulier behind the net, and the Gophers able to break out through the neutral zone. Pass up to Moore on the near side. He can't field it. Hughes grabs hold of it, tries to make a move at the blue line, couldn't corral it. Now he'll get it back in the neutral zone. Wolverines re-enter. Vihaan Mullen cutting in. Drop to Shifsky in the slot. The one-timer just a bit tad off and quite wide. Now the Gophers, 2-on-1 situation. Moore with the puck, a big shot and a rebound. Wood couldn't find it. Gophers still with the puck. Moore on the near side. Another rebound. No one's got a chance. Now Moore still with the puck. They'll swing it down to the point. Thomas swung over. Shot just inside the crease. And finally, Logan Stein gets a glove on the puck, and we have a stoppage. 16:03 to go in the first. 5 shots for the Gophers, none for the Wolverines.
And obviously you're seeing some things you like to see coming out of this Wolverines team very early on. You know, there's speed, there's physicality, but they've also turned the puck over a fair few times. And I think given the quality of Minnesota's shots, because they've taken good shots, it's just been Stein has been there to keep them out. I think the Wolverines are going to want to improve on that as the game goes on.
Gophers win the near side, draw in the Michigan zone, quickly swing it to the point. Rinzel fires one wide. It bounces back to the net, and Logan Stein covers the puck up. Another whistle. This time the draw will be on the far side in the Wolverine zone.
Wolverines with another face-off opportunity here, with a position that they've done fairly well in this game so far.
It'll be Draper versus Paulson on the face-off. Paulson drops to one knee, couldn't hold on to the puck. Draper got a stick on it, but poked it in the wrong direction. Finally, the Wolverines come away with it. Saucer pass intended for Warner. He can't corral it, and the Gophers from the neutral zone dump the puck in low. Stein playing it back behind the net, whips it around. Now at the far side boards, we have a pinch, this time from Rinzel, but the Wolverines get through. They'll enter the zone 3-on-1, but unable to hold on to the puck. Now to the near side corner. Draper in a tussle for the puck on the near side. Paulson comes away with it. Quick pass up ice to Snuggerud. He pulls up at the blue line, dumps the puck low, back behind the Michigan net. Fantillion to the far corner. Duke in to help. He'll break out. Horkoff now with the puck carrying it through the neutral zone and dumped low. The Wolverines will get 5 fresh skaters on the ice. Plenty of time for the Golden Gopher breakout. Chesley opted to hold on to the puck all the way through the neutral zone. A little bit of physicality separates him from the puck, and now Moldenhauer racing into the Gopher zone. He's forced into the near corner, and the Gophers regain possession of the puck. It's Chesley cutting up ice, tried to pass to Lamb, couldn't do it. Wolverines intercepted, and they opt in the opposite direction.
Yeah, and I think one thing that the Gophers have managed to get, they've managed to work their way into a couple of one-on-two, two-on-two situations early on. And I think the Wolverines definitely need to try and swing some more numbers back on those defensive fast breaks from the Golden Gophers if they want to avoid giving up as many shots as they've given up early on.
Gophers had the puck in the neutral zone, dumped it low. It was called icing. So it'll be a far side face-off in the Minnesota zone. 14:40 to go in the first period. 5 shots to Minnesota's name, 0 to Michigan's. The stop on the draw for the Wolverines, loses the face-off and a quick breakout for the Gophers. Clark on the near side with a pass up ice. Connects with Hughlin. He cuts in, gets a shot on net. Stein quickly covers. That one trickled in. Not too hard, but another shot nonetheless for the Gophers, who have exploded with offensive energy here in the first period. They want last night back. They know the Wolverines like to split. Middlestad up against Estapa. So fourth line versus fourth line on the far side draw in the Michigan zone. Face off won by the Wolverines. Quickly stolen away by Nevers. Swung out to the point. The other Middlestad fires one. A scrum in front. We've got a delayed penalty coming. This one's on the Wolverines.
I believe that face-off was the first face-off of the game that Kieran Draper did not take.
The Wolverine penalty will be on Mark Estapa. 2-minute minor for a cross-check.
Yeah, and I think this is just a symptom of that early speed and physicality that the Wolverines have tried to maintain. They've definitely dropped more onto the defensive foot with Minnesota just racking up so many great chances, and I think a penalty was unavoidable at the way the Golden Gophers have been playing and sort of putting the Wolverines' defense back to the wall.
Rinzel with the puck at the point, swung out. Now on the far side, a one-timer stopped in front. He'll swing it over to Snugrud. He fires a shot into traffic, and the Wolverines clear. 20 seconds down on the kill already. Yesterday, Minnesota was 0 for 3 on the power play. Today, looking to right some wrongs. Snugrud holding onto the puck at the blue line in the Michigan zone. Tries to fire it low. Instead, dumps it off. Truscott tries to clear. Pinch at the blue line, keeps the puck in. But Halem able to grab possession. He'll circle back in the Michigan zone, now sitting in the slot. Swings the puck over, and Michigan able to clear. A nice shot by Truscott all the way low. Soulier leaves the puck back behind his net.
Yeah, still 6 shots for the Golden Gophers. Wolverines haven't been able to get one off through 7 minutes of play.
Moore blasting up the ice, looking to create some offensive energy. Drops the puck off to Snugrud on the near side at the blue line. Back up to Moore under plenty of pressure from the Wolverines. Swung around far side to Wood. Dropped off at the point. Kester over to Snugrud at the hash marks. Snugrud near side hash marks. Drops the puck back off to Kester. 45 seconds to go on the Michigan kill. Wood fires a one-timer from the slot. It's a Minnesota goal.
Yeah, and the Golden Gophers have felt comfortable with taking some looks from outside. You know, I think I remember them getting a good shot off from behind the right face-off circle, and I think giving them that level of comfort to shoot from that distance is something that the Wolverines want to avoid doing. And I think, again, they've turned over the puck in some place where they didn't want to, a consequence of just coming out so quickly and physically rather than maybe sitting up and absorbing some of this early pressure, and it's cost them here.
Matthew Wood converts on the power play. First time this series that Minnesota has scored a power play goal. Mark Estapa was in the box. 13 minutes to go here in the first period. Our score, Minnesota 1, Michigan 0. Wolverines jump to the puck low. Golden Gophers clear all the way down ice. This will be an icing and a whistle. 12:44 to go in the first.
Yeah, and Golden Gophers goaltender, Soulier, has not been given anything to do. No goals allowed, obviously, but also 0 saves. By contrast, you have Logan Stein with 6 saves already, and I think, as I said, the Wolverines, maybe you need to sit back a little, maybe you need to absorb the pressure of this Golden Gophers offense, which has clearly come out a lot quicker and a lot more physical than yours has.
Gophers broke out of their own zone quickly. Fallon dumped the puck in low. Now Rian Mullen playing it in the near corner for the Wolverines. Up to Halem through the neutral zone. He tried to drop the puck off, instead poked away. Ethan Edwards controlling the puck. Traveling back into the Michigan zone under pressure from Hewlin. Michigan able to break out. Now up ice to Hage. He'll enter the Minnesota zone, pulls up, tries a shot. It was intended for Moldenhauer to tip in front. Hage intercepts a breakout pass, holds onto it in the slot, tries a cross-ice pass. It's Liam Soulier able to cover the puck in the crease. Another stoppage, 12:03 to go in the first period. That will count as Michigan's first shot of the evening. So Minnesota, 7 shots and a goal. Michigan with their first shot just under 8 minutes into the period.
And I wouldn't even say that it's been for lack of trying from the Wolverines. Like I said, they've done some things well, moving quickly in transition, getting physical, getting some of those stops and hits in. It just, they've had a hard time dealing with the pressure being generated by this Golden Gophers offense.
Far side draw, won by the Golden Gophers. They almost break out. Warner pinches at the line to keep the puck in. Gophers resettle, and now up to Hendrickson. He'll drop the puck off to Middlestad. A 2-on-2 cutting down, takes a shot from the near side. Easy save for Stein. Hendrickson steals Horkoff's puck away from him in the slot. It's poked into the far corner. Now a tussle. They'll swing it out to the other Middlestad brother. He fires a shot from the top of the circle, and extracurriculars ensue. Another stoppage, 11:33 to go in the first period.
Yeah, and again, it's been, kind of stop-start early few minutes. Maybe not necessarily penalty heavy. There's only been the one penalty for the Wolverines, but there's been a couple of instances where they get feisty, and it's worth noting that this is a rivalry game. You have the Brown Jug Trophy that carries on from football. Obviously, these two are consistently near the top of the Big Ten and near the top of national hockey standings consistently year in and year out, and I think that level of competitiveness, barring in, Midwestern state proximity, is going to breed a little bad blood.
As a result of the tussle, we will have Hendrickson for the Gophers and Draper for the Wolverines in the penalty box. Non-matching penalties means we'll play 4-on-4 hockey. And we know that the Wolverines are the better team in overtime compared to the Gophers. That's 3-on-3. So 4-on-4, a little bit more open of an ice, more chances to move the puck around. We'll see if this creates any opportunities for Michigan, Vihaan.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, like I said, I think one thing Michigan does do well is managing to get production out of, bottom line and even defensive players. You had Ethan Edwards with his goal last night. You had Evan Werner, who has 20 points on the season. I think the Wolverines do have significant scoring depth. That has not been an issue for them this season.
Gophers won the draw, but carried the puck all the way back into their zone under Michigan pressure. Snuggerud now re-entering the Michigan zone. Under pressure, throws the puck in front of the net. It's swept away by Stein into the far corner. Now swung to the near side. Edwards playing it. He's under pressure from Paulson. Able to get the puck out. Pass intended for Ernest. Renzel picks it up. Pass to Snuggerud in the slot. Cuts in, tries a shot right into the legs of Edwards to the corner. Hughes bumps the puck back down low. Or back to the top. D to D. Middlestad cuts in on the near circle. Tries a shot off the shoulder of Stein into the near corner. Edwards with the puck. Paulson adding pressure. A look to Hughes sitting at the near side hash marks. He'll carry the puck into the neutral zone. A minute to go on the 2 penalties of 4-on-4. Shevsky with a bit of an escape move around Lamb. Now up through the neutral zone. Enters the Minnesota zone, and he is taken out. Gophers regain possession of the puck. Moore in a 1-on-4 battle through the neutral zone, forced to circle back. Gophers reset in their own zone and able to break out. Now Moore up through the neutral zone into the Michigan territory and cuts to the far side under pressure from Duke. Duke will take him down along the far boards. Lamb in to help. He gets a pass back behind the net to Fantilli. Dropped off to Hage on the near side. Through the neutral zone over the red line. He tries to split the D. Is taken out by Thomas. And Chesley regains possession. A pass up to Hughlin through the Minnesota zone, or Michigan zone, excuse me. Dropped off to Chesley, a one-timer, wide of the net. Fantilli with the puck now. Sitting in the near side circle. Pass to Hage, drop back to Duke, and swung back behind the net to Fantilli. He'll cycle the puck back down low to Halem. Now over to Duke as both players are released from the box. We're back to 5-on-5 play. Michigan racing down the ice. Moldenhauer and Halem in a bit of a 2-on-2. Puck into the far corner, and Minnesota regains possession. Now the Gophers racing up the ice. A pass intended for Renzel. Carries all the way to the near corner in the Michigan zone, and the Wolverines able to move it to their own defender. A long pass up ice to Moldenhauer will allow Michigan to dump and get a few changes. Estapa pressuring on the far side boards after the puck ricocheted all the way around. Kester holding on to the puck in the corner. Under pressure from Oldenauer. Tries to drop it off to his forward. He can't. Wolverines regain possession. They swing it to the far side corner in the Minnesota zone. Finally, Gophers able to dump the puck out to the neutral zone. Edwards picks it up, crosses the red line, and dumps right back down low to the near side. Gophers able to break out. Snuggerud carrying the puck now into the Michigan zone. Tries a pass. Instead picked off by Estapa. He'll look up ice to Whitelaw on the near side, who can't hold on to the puck and is stuffed at the blue line. Estapa cuts in to grab hold of the puck. Now using his backhand to try to cut into the net. Couldn't do it. Gophers take the puck right back. More up the near side. Over the red line. Now the blue line tries to move around Truscott. Can't do it. And Whitelaw now in the opposite direction for the Wolverines. A long pass to Hughes on the far side. It's a 4-on-2. Dropped off to Rhea Mullen. A great chance in the slot, but the shot way too high. The kick is good. The Wolverines still with only one shot. They've been unable to hit the net this evening, even though they've had that sustained offensive possession time.
Yeah, and Ray Mullen has been an important part of this defensive pairing there with Jacob Truscott and with Hughes as well. Anybody he's been paired with. Not necessarily a great offensive contributor, only 7 points, but he's definitely shown his ability to get in, make some hits, get some plays when he needs to.
That he has. 8:06 on the clock. This will be the under 10-minute media timeout. Game tonight here with you on WCBN, also being broadcast on the Big Ten Network. Of course, we are always free and commercial free. So Vihaan, 12 minutes through 12 minutes of this first period. What have you liked? What do you want to see differently from the Wolverines?
The thing I want to see differently from the Wolverines is, how this Golden Gophers team has come out. They have just a ton of offensive firepower. You know how hungry they are. I think it would do you well to not necessarily, hold in your own end, but maybe just try and sit back a little bit, observe some of this pressure, wait for some, try and scuttle some of these attacks. Because like I said, there have been quite a few 2-on-2 or 1-on-2 situations which only work in Minnesota's favor. So I think if you're the Wolverines, you may need to be a little bit more patient. Maybe don't necessarily try and come out swinging on every single challenge. Maybe just try and let the Gophers work skaters into your ice and then make some plays. I think it's about observing that pressure. It's about neutralizing that threat and then sending it back instead of just trying to duel them every single where you can.
I agree.
And I think in terms of things I've liked, like I said, I like the speed, I like the physicality. It just hadn't turned it into shots because this is a very strong Gophers defense. But I think, at the same time, I'm going to kind of counteract what I just said a few minutes ago by saying that little speed, that physicality, that intent to go ahead and counter the Gophers, it's something that they can build on.
Gophers win the far side draw in their zone as we're back to play. Carry the puck all the way up the ice and dump it in low. Ricochets back around the net. Stein tried to play it, couldn't do it. Now the Wolverines swing the puck back to the other side. Gophers pick it up, try a pass into the slot. No one's there, and Hughes picks it up for the Wolverines. Hand off to Shifsky in the neutral zone and dump low back behind the Gopher net. Minnesota trying to break out. They can't do it. Ernest steals the puck away, hands it off to Hughes. He fires a shot into traffic, redirects off the skate of Middlestad. Wood had the puck at the far hash marks. It's picked off by Ernest. He cuts to the Big Ten logo, fires a shot off, and ricocheted into the corner. Gophers swing it all the way around the boards. Kurth playing with the puck at their blue line. Makes a pass through the neutral zone, and once again the Wolverines pick up an errant pass. They'll hand the puck right back off. Hendrickson up the near side, tries to move on Stein, can't do it. Picks up his own puck. A pass in front and a whiff in the slot from Middlestad. Now another cross. Hendrickson couldn't play the puck in front of the crease, wasn't being picked up by any defenders. It's Middlestad in the corner under pressure, and now a pass in front, and Logan Stein able to cover the puck up. A few shoves in front of the crease. 6:49 to go in the first period. Minnesota up 1-0 over Michigan.
Yeah, and Stein's up to his 9th save today. I think he's been really, really good in front of the net. I think the Gophers definitely had, like you said, a few looks that could have been goals, but the fact that the Wolverines are leading only down 1-0 is both a good sign and it's a testament to Stein's prowess in front of goal just to start things off here.
10 shots for the Gophers, 2 for the Wolverines. Minnesota wins the far side draw. They get a quick shot off. That might have gone off the post from Hughlin. Gophers still in possession of the puck. Jimmy Clark with it in the corner. He's in a bit of a battle. Now Truscott comes away with it after it poked out back behind the net. Moves the puck up ice. It's picked off by Thomas in the neutral zone and moved up ice to Lamb. Now swung back to the D again. Back to Thomas and to Lamb once more. He'll enter the Michigan zone and move the puck to the far side to Clark. He'll fire a shot, and Stein covers the shot. Yet another stoppage. 6:18 to go in the first period. We've seen a lot of choppy play.
It's been very stop-start so far. I think puck has gone out of play quite a few times. It's gotten, and this hasn't even necessarily been a defensive game. I think it's both teams just a little chippy, a little. The Golden Gophers want to avoid a repeat of what happened last night. The Wolverines are looking for their first sweep since November. This was a bit of an issue for them last season, and it's continued to be here where they just can't find consistency over the course of a weekend series.
One to nothing was the score yesterday in the second period. The Gophers got out to a lead. The Wolverines quickly cut into it. Of course, there was that called off second goal in the second period for offsides. I believe it was on August Falloon. He went offside, so a goal called back, and then the Wolverines went on to take the lead. Gophers came back to tie it in the third, and Michigan with the victory in overtime. We have a delayed penalty coming. William Whitelaw will head to the box for the Wolverines. Here's the official verdict. A 2-minute minor on Michigan's Whitelaw for elbowing. With 6:05 on the clock in a 1-0 lead, the Golden Gophers will be up a man for the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, this is Michigan's second penalty of the day, and that's going to be 3 cumulative penalty minutes for the Wolverines, and I think that's not what you want to see here, especially when, as I said, you're a team that's shown a bit of frailty in its defensive structure in terms of leaving Gopher skaters unmanned throughout these first few minutes.
Gophers have already converted on 1 power play this evening. They'll try to do so again here. Off the draw, the Wolverines able to clear really quickly. That'll cut 15 seconds off the penalty kill. Snuggerud holding onto the puck at the near side, just outside of the box itself. Cross ice pass to Lamb, who enters the Michigan zone. Dropped off to Wood. Now to the point. Snuggerud swinging it around, gets it back. One-timer shot right to the chest of Stein, and a stoppage. 5:39 to go in the first. 1:34 remaining in the Michigan kill.
Yeah, and just a quick aside, there's a lot of future NHL talent right here in this building tonight. There's 20 players that have been drafted by NHL teams.
Both of these teams filled with draft picks. Tonight is senior night of a class that began with 7 or 8. Only 2 remain. Many of the class of 2025 for the Wolverines have gone on to the NHL. You remember that class of Beniers. You had Luke Hughes. Here's an opportunity. Renzel driving down, splits the defenders, and in a breakaway, Logan Stein comes up huge with a big save. A minute to go in the Michigan kill. The Wolverines now with possession of the puck. Halem playing around with it in the Michigan zone. Dropped off to Fantilli. He finally ices the puck. This will kill some more time off the clock. Under 5 minutes to go here in Ann Arbor. Golden Gophers back with the puck. Ryan Chesley had it. A nice play off the boards to drop things off to Brody Zemer. Now in the Michigan zone. Middlestad holding on to it. Swings it back to the slot. A shot from Chesley wide on the left-hand side. Middlestad playing with the puck in the corner. Paulson in to help. Under plenty of pressure from the Wolverines, but Gophers come away with it. Chesley crosses. Now back to Chesley, a one-timer. Just wide again into the near corner once more. Middlestad had it, gave it up, and the Wolverines able to clear. Draper iced it all the way down. 15 seconds to go on the Gopher power play.
Yeah, and on the topic of this Wolverines defense, which just has been able to come in with some nice plays in the last few minutes, Michigan's opponents have only converted 21.2% of their power play opportunities. In that front, the Wolverines have held strong.
Whitelaw released from the box. Michigan officially kills the penalty. Their first kill of the evening. Vihaan Mullen blasting up the ice, makes a few moves in the neutral zone. Swings the puck to Halem, now in the near corner in the Gopher zone. He's tripped up. We have a delayed penalty coming, this time on Minnesota. Michigan to go on the power play for the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, and Halem is played the puck by Ray Mullen. Seems to stutter a little bit there. is able to recover the puck and then is able to draw the foul. I think he sort of anticipated the contact after the initial stumble and was able to draw it and has turned it into the Wolverines' first penalty of the evening.
Hughlin to the box for the Golden Gophers. Hughlin kind of wrapped up. He kind of wrapped his hands around Jackson Halem. Kind of tripped him. Tripping the official call. Could have been a hold as well. It'll be a near side draw in the Michigan zone with 3:41 to go in the first period. Michigan on the power play for the next 2 minutes. Wolverines win the faceoff, swing the puck to the near corner. Now back out to Edwards at the point. He'll cut out to the left-hand side, swings the puck low to Hayes at the far hash marks. Now down low to Hughes. He circles up, pass out, Edwards, one-timer wide of the net, the rebound. Shifsky tries one right into the glove of Soulier. 3:19 to go in the first period. Nice puck movement from the Wolverines.
Yeah, and Ethan Edwards' goal would make him the Wolverines' 5th 20-point player on the season. He is currently at 19 with 5 goals and 14 assists.
.90 seconds to go in the Michigan power play. Wolverines win the near side draw and swing the puck all the way to Hayes. Holding it on the far side hash marks, lets a shot fly. A nice glove save by Soulier. 3:09 to go in the first period, 1:28 remaining on the Gopher penalty. Far side draw to be taken by Hughes. Facing off against Moore. Hughes wins the face-off, but Wolverines can't hold on to the puck. Gophers able to clear to the neutral zone. Ethan Edwards races for the puck and will pull up back behind Stein. Steps back out, 1:15 to go on the power play. Edwards still holding on to the puck, dropped off to Horkoff on the near side in the Gopher zone. Swung out to Hayes at the point. Back over to Horkoff. Now at the top of the near circle. He tries to move the puck down low, can't do it. Edwards able to pick it up and step all the way back to the point. Now low to Horkoff. Over to Hayes at the far side hash marks. Hayes looks low. He was intending his pass to be taken by Hughes. Couldn't get there. Horkoff, though, will pick it up, swings it in front. Hayes with the puck, tries to cut in. Moved over to Hughes. Big rebound in front, but no Wolverines are home, and the Gophers are able to clear. Michigan will get a full line change, and so will Minnesota. 30 seconds to go in the Wolverine power play.
Yeah, and I think you're seeing some better movement in the Gophers zone from the Wolverines. They're able to, sort of churn the puck over, sort of keep control over it. It just comes in the form of converting their shots, which is something the Wolverines need to work on doing.
Michigan re-entered the Minnesota zone, but lost control of the puck in the near corner. Gophers cleared to the neutral zone. Now Michigan re-entering once more. Whitelaw with the puck in the corner. Final 10 seconds of the Wolverine power play, and Michigan can't hold on to it. Gophers clear all the way back to Stein once more, and Minnesota returns to full strength. Children of Yos say they still suck. Warner entering the Michigan zone. 5-on-5 play now. Fantilli picks the puck up at the point, tries a shot. Zemer blocks it. This one will head all the way back to the Michigan zone. Luckily, Fantilli's there to grab it. He'll pass the puck to Duke on the far side. Looks up ice, now swung out to Fantilli through the neutral zone, who dumps it low. Played by Soulier back behind the net. Move to the near side corner, and the Gophers try to break out. Just over a minute to go here in Ann Arbor. Gophers with a 1-0 lead over the Wolverines. Fantilli with the puck, tries a D-to-D pass back behind the goal line. Duke can't hold on to it. Estapa instead will grab the puck, dump to the neutral zone. Picked up by Chesley. He looks D-to-D. Thomas up ice to Snuggerud. Tries a cross-ice pass, instead for Paulson. Paulson couldn't hold on to it, and Duke picks the puck up back behind the Michigan net. Looked like he stuttered for a moment on what to do with it. Instead opted for Fantilli, who looks way up ice to Ernest. Gets a tip on a long pass that heads back behind the Gopher net. Wolverines swing the puck into the slot. No one's there. Now Edwards picks it up, carries the puck to the near corner. Moved in front. It bounced off of Chesley's skate. Almost went in. Finally cut away. Truscott with the puck to the near side. Ernest now in the near corner. Back out to Truscott at the top. Over to Edwards. Here's a shot into traffic. Estapa seemed to almost block it. He picks up the puck on the far side corner, swings it back, and the Wolverines can't corral it. In the final 2 seconds, the Gophers dump it low and time expires after a period of play. The score, Minnesota 1, Michigan 0. What a fun period of hockey.
Absolutely, yes. And I think much better from the Wolverines, in those last 10 minutes. I think IFC being able to draw a penalty on Hallam's end was something that was important for them, showed the Wolverines they could sort of come away on the end of that 50-50 contact. And I think, like I said, they're moving this puck a little bit better, especially in those tight spots where you don't have a lot of room to move it. I think that's good. That's something you want to see. They've managed to get some looks there that just weren't capitalized on by having somebody in scoring position. And I think all those are things that the Wolverines are going to keep building on in the second period. I think they have slightly more momentum going in, and I would expect an equalizer fairly soon. Then again, me saying this might just be an example of the announcer's jinx.
The announcer's jinx. Well, we'll see. The Wolverines know what they need to improve upon, but they started to do it, like you said, in the latter half of the first period. 14 shots for the Gophers, 8 for the Wolverines after 20 minutes of hockey. And, of course, the Gophers on top where it counts. 1-0 our score. Plenty to talk about in the locker room for both programs. Vihaan, any final comments before we take a break?
No, I think for the Golden Gophers, I think you just kind of need to regain some of that momentum. I think some of that speed's been lost a little bit. And for the Wolverines, I think it's just a question of turning these possessions in the Gophers zone into scoring opportunities.
Gophers up 1 over the Wolverines after a period. We're back in about 8 minutes with more Michigan hockey on WCBN. Welcome back to WCBN coverage of Michigan hockey. The Golden Gophers of Minnesota up a goal over the Michigan Wolverines after a period of play. Owen, Crain alongside Vihaan, Easwar with you on WCBN. We saw a great first period of hockey, Vihaan. Any adjustments made in the Michigan locker room?
I think just kind of get more players by the goal. Just try and get someone to poke it over the line, because that seems to be something that they've struggled with a little bit. But like I said, they built momentum at the end of that first period. I'm excited to see what this team comes out to.
Wolverines came alive, like you said. The latter half of the first period. Of course, Matthew Wood scored the lone goal for the Gophers midway through the first. Minnesota won the draw, but now Hughes racing up ice. Breakaway goal! TJ Hughes evens us up at one!
And that's just such a well-placed shot. Just gets away from it, just sort of rips his way down the ice, fires it right in. Just couldn't have asked for anything more for Hughes' 35th point of the season, as that Hobie Baker case continues to build.
Hughes wins the battle against Liam Souliere, the goaltender who shut the Wolverines out as they were swept in December at Mariucci in Minnesota. Now we're tied 1-1, 19 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the second period. We've got a ball game. Fantilli lets one rip from the points into traffic. Zimmer picks it up. Pass up ice to Snuggerud down the far side. He crosses to Rinzel. Rinzel from the top of the near circle lets one rip off the upper chest of Stein and into the netting. A stoppage. 19:22 to go in the second period. 1-1 our score.
Yeah, and as I said, Michigan didn't even need that slow moment to build a play like they did towards the end of the first period. It just immediately contradicting what I said, they scored off a breakaway move.
Near side draw in the Minnesota zone. The Michigan zone. This will be taken by Hage and Paulson. Puck's dropped. Wolverines win the faceoff and start racing up ice. Moldenhauer tries across to Hage, now on the near side, dumped low in the corner. Into the Minnesota zone. Rinzel pursues a loose puck to the far corner, able to flip it to the neutral zone. Snuggerud tries to get a stick on it, can't. Wolverines bump the puck back up into the neutral zone. Halem fighting for it, can't grab hold, and Zimmer able to regain possession. He tries to pass off the boards to no one. Moldenhauer picks it up for the Wolverines, cutting in the far side, now back behind the Minnesota net. Pass dropped off to Halem, he couldn't corral it. Halem picks up a loose puck, however, at the blue line and will step back as the Wolverines reset. Edwards tries a long pass, looked like it was intended for Hage, it was way off. Gophers intercept and dump the puck down low. Edwards back behind the Michigan net, trying to start a breakout. Puck poked away by Clark. Wolverines regain possession and swing the puck back up ice to Estapa. Just outside the penalty boxes on the near side. Moldenhauer in pursuit of a puck dumped into the Minnesota zone. Gophers swing it around to the far corner. Clark's there. Now the Wolverines from the point. Duke takes a shot. It trickles in front, almost got tipped. Nothing comes of it. Whitelaw in pursuit of the puck. He tries to cut in with it. Can't do so. It's poked away. Huglin moving up the ice with the puck. Tries to pass to his teammate. Intercepted once more in the neutral zone by the Wolverines. A pass up ice intended for Estapa. He tries to glove it out of the air. Can't. But Michigan still able to dump the puck low into the zone. Now the Gophers coming in the opposite direction after they're able to break out. Clark looking for the puck. Couldn't get his stick on it. And the Wolverines able to go D-to-D back behind their own net. Fantilli carrying the puck out of the Michigan zone. Cuts to the middle of the ice. A pass. Give and go. Almost given back to Fantilli. He can't corral it. And Minnesota in the opposite direction. Middlestad over the block M. Dumps the puck in from the Big Ten logo. Ernest in pursuit of the puck to the far corner. Bumps it back behind the Michigan goal. And the Wolverines able to break out. Shifsky tried to play the pass with his stick between his legs. It kind of worked, kind of didn't. Michigan still with possession though. Trescott at the near point. Fires a shot through traffic into the glove of Liam Souliere. Another stoppage. 17:07 on the clock in the second.
Yeah, and through these first 3-ish minutes, the Wolverines have sort of held on to this puck completely. They've sort of kept it closer to I think they've kept it closer to the boards, and that's sort of kept the puck out of the Gophers' reach. And I think it's something that's worked for them so far very early on into this period.
It's been a good start for the Wolverines. Michigan loves that back and forth play. They turn the puck over in the neutral zone plenty, but when they're firing all cylinders, they're near unbeatable. Truscott takes a shot. It's wide into the corner. Wood able to break the puck out, carries it through the neutral zone and loses control. Truscott corralling it in the far corner in the Michigan zone, passes up ice, and the puck out of play into the Minnesota bench. Another stoppage, 16:51 on the clock in the second. 1-1 our score. The face-off will be in the far end of the Michigan zone. TJ Hughes centering against Oliver Moore on the face-off. Wolverines win the draw. Vihaan Mullen picks the puck up, skates in front of the net, and passes up to Shifsky on the near side, who's able to break out. Pass intended for Hughes, couldn't hold on to it, but Edwards cuts in, grabs it. Now cutting up the near side, gets a shot off. A chance in front, covered by Soulier. 16:37 on the clock in the second. Michigan has been closing the shots gap, Vihaan. Minnesota has 15. The Wolverines now up to 13.
Yeah, and so far Michigan has gotten, I believe, 6 shots off through just the first few minutes of this period, one of which was obviously TJ Hughes' absolute ripper from breakaway position.
Wolverines win the near side draw in the Minnesota zone. Edwards with the puck on the near side, cuts in, fires a shot just high above Soulier. This ricochets all the way out to the neutral zone where the Wolverines recoup. Vihaan Mullen up to Ernest, dumps it low. Hughes to pinch back behind the net. Swung out to Shifsky, now low, D to D. Edwards lets a shot fly, a big rebound to the far side. Duke able to get his stick on it and pinch at the blue line. He'll let another shot fly. This one deflected by Renzel in Minnesota and coming in the opposite direction. Renzel with the puck entering the Michigan zone, swung to Snuggerud on the near side, drop back to Zemer. He'll take a one-timer into the far corner. Duke picks up the puck in the corner. The Wolverines able to break out, a pass way up ice, bounces off the board. Shifsky couldn't hold on to it, and Minnesota bumps it in the opposite direction. Snuggerud, a nice pass to Hughlin. Drop to Zemer at the blue line. He can't dump it low. Good physicality from the Wolverines. Duke to do so. And Halem racing up the near side. Circles up in the near circle. Tries a cross-ice pass to Hage. Couldn't get it on his stick. Zemer picks the puck up and will dump it low back to the Michigan zone. Minnesota with a few changes. A chance for the Wolverines to break out. I thought
Halem was on goal there, but it was good of him to make that spin and buy himself some time.
Now Lamb on a bit of a break. 2-on-1 chance and a diving Hayes stops the pass. It doesn't get better than that. Minnesota still with possession. Lamb drops it off to the near circle. A tussle for the puck along the wall, and the Wolverines finally regain possession. Truscott able to flip the puck out into the neutral zone. Minnesota with possession once more. Middlestad will dump it in, and it's played back behind the Michigan net by Stein. Here's a shot from the far hash marks. Deflected into the near corner. Halem has it for the Wolverines. Bit of a give and go with his defensive partner. And all the way over to Truscott on the far side through the neutral zone. Turnover once more to Middlestad again. A race for it. The puck down low, back behind the Michigan net, now to the near side corner. And the Wolverines once more regain possession. Pass up ice to Hage on the near side. He'll dump the puck low. It's on net. Soulier sweeps it to the near side corner. And Minnesota able to clear the puck back to the neutral zone. Ethan Edwards is there. He'll make a long pass up to Draper. Draper did not get a stick on it. This will be icing. And will reset all the way down the ice. 14:17 to go in the second period. We're tied at 1 apiece. 15 shots to the Golden Gophers' name, 14 for the Wolverines.
Yeah, and I think even when the Wolverines don't have the puck, I think they did a good job of maintaining a structure there to sort of force the Golden Gophers to do nothing with that chance.
Wolverines win the far side draw in their own zone. Edwards carries the puck all the way to the Gopher end and dumps it low. Warner picks it up in the far corner for the Wolverines. Can't hold on to it. Stolen away by Renzel. He'll move the puck up ice. Bit of a 4-on-3 situation. Gophers try to swing the puck to the near side. Can't do so in Michigan in the opposite direction. Horkoff carries the puck to the near corner, loses control of it. And Middlestad catches the puck as it's moved to the far side corner. He dumps it to the neutral zone. Vihaan Mullen playing a bit of an odd formation here. It almost looked like he didn't see the puck. He was one-on-one with Nevers and now the puck pinned back behind the Michigan net. But he was one-on-one with Nevers. Vihaan Mullen had the puck just behind him. He must have not seen it. Golden Gophers still with the puck. Gruba fires a shot from the near side into the near corner. Puck back to him at the point once more. He'll make a little bit of a move around white lawn, dumps it low. Once more, Nevers is there to corral it. He swings it over to Moore. Moore from behind the net, cuts to the far side, pass to the point. They'll get the puck back down low. Edwards, good use of the body and stick to clear Kurth out of the crease. Kurth with the puck, circled up, tried to get a shot off. Now he chases it to the corner once more. Another shot off the shoulder of Stein. It's been a lot of Minnesota. Wood has a chance in the slot, and great save from Logan Stein. Gophers still in possession. Wood holding onto the puck from the far corner, cuts all the way to the near side point, finally swings it over to Cal Thomas. Drop back off to Wood on the far side, puck on the backhand into the corner. Now back to Kurth once more. He circles up in the corner and lets a shot fly. Whitelaw chasing it as it went to the near side hash marks. Swings it all the way around, but a great pitch from Cal Thomas keeps the puck in the zone. Minnesota still with possession. Finally, the Wolverines able to clear it to the neutral zone, and Horkoff shoots one into the Michigan bench. We'll have our first whistle in quite some time. 12:19 to go in the second period.
Yeah, we talked about the Wolverines closing the shot gap. It's currently 18 Golden Gophers, 14 Michigan, and I think obviously Minnesota's still in the lead, but it shows Michigan have been able to get, I think, 8 shots off this period so far.
We'll have a face-off at exactly center ice. The Wolverines win the draw back to Fantilli on the far end. Swung over to Duke on the near side. He fires a shot. This ricochets all the way around the boards to Ernest at the far hash marks. Tries to hold on to the puck. He can't. Stolen away. Ziemer now with a pass up ice to Paulson. Paulson with a move at the blue line. Drop to Rinzel. Now over to Snuggerud. Tries a shot. It's wide. Into the far corner, and the Wolverines back in the opposite direction. Ernest with 2 defenders on him. A pass in front. Hughes can't corral it. Hughes then made a play, turned it over to the Gophers, so a 2-on-2 now as Paulson carries the puck up the near side into the Michigan zone. Turned back over to Ernest, back behind the Wolverine net. A long pass up ice, deflected low. Wolverines will get a full line change here, and the Gophers have plenty of time to break it out down ice. Snuggerud dumps the puck down low. Clark is there to field it for the Gophers, but can't hold on to it. The Wolverines come in the opposite direction. Hayes on the near side, taken out as he entered the Minnesota zone, but the Wolverines still holding on to the puck. Halem with an escape move at the point, dropped off. Truscott, one-timer. A rebound in front. No one could find it. But a pinch at the blue line keeps the puck in the Minnesota zone. Finally, the Gophers get it out. Lamb carrying it. Drops off to Hughlin. No defense in sight. Felicio finally stepped up. He got a shot off. A nice save by Stein. Puck in the far side corner of the Michigan zone, and Hayes lets it fly all the way down the ice. This will be icing. 10:47 to go in the second. We'll reset on the far side of the Michigan zone.
Yeah, and I think both teams have definitely settled into this game with half of the regular playtime done. I think you're seeing a little bit less chippiness. I think we're seeing a lot more sustained spells of possession. We're seeing some interesting things happening in terms of defensive structures, especially on Michigan's end, the way they're sort of pushing their opponent to the boards when out of possession.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of physicality in this rivalry hockey game. Wolverines win the draw on the far side, move the puck all the way up ice. Halem holding on to it back behind the Minnesota goal. Gophers able to poke it away. They'll start carrying it up the ice on the far side, but an errant pass through the neutral zone turns it over to Edwards. A great escape move in the Michigan zone on the near side, allows him to move it up ice. Pass to Vihaan Mullen. Michigan back in the Minnesota zone. Warner with it far side, swung over to Edwards. He'll get a shot off from the far hash marks. Nice save by Soulier, who will glove the puck. 10:15 on the clock in the second period. 1-1 our score.
Dependent Fanatic says you can't beat Owen and Vihaan's commentary. Thank you, Dependent Fanatic. Thank you for tuning into all of our broadcasts. It really does mean the world.
It's been great to see you, Dependent Fanatic. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while.
And to Adam Bressler a little earlier in the chat. Not sure if you're still hanging around here, Adam.
Far side draw, won by the Wolverines. Back to Vihaan Mullen, who cuts into the far corner. He'll drop the puck off, and Michigan swings it all the way around to Edwards at the near point. Quick pass over to Warner, back to Edwards, a shot! Soulier couldn't see it. but a nice save nonetheless. Now an opportunity out in front. Thomas Daskus is on the ice today. He is the one member of that fifth line. He had a little bit of play. We'll have a whistle as Edwards and Wood get tied up at the blue line. 9:49 to go in the second. This should be the under 10 media timeout, and it will be. So through 10 minutes of the second period, we've seen a Michigan goal in a lot of Michigan offense, Vihaan. You got to be liking what you're seeing, right?
Absolutely, yes. And I think it's been a lot more patient. I think they've sort of, I don't know, maybe there's a mic somewhere where they picked up on my commentary and me pointing out that they didn't necessarily have to chase every single pass or possession from the Golden Gophers, because I think they've gotten a little bit more content with sitting back and soaking back pressure on the defensive end. I think that's kind of what I've seen in terms of them sort of pushing their opponents out to the lines. I think it's been a fun game so far. 1-1 between two top 15 teams in the country. There is another top 10 national matchup that would have had puck drop about 10 minutes ago in Providence versus Boston University. Owen, I know that's a matchup that close to home for you.
Yes.
Are you a Providence native or Barrington?
I've lived in both Providence and Barrington. So
and Boston is your metro area, so that's very much an Owen Crain matchup.
It's
a WCBN matchup as well, as former WCBN director Charlie Burgum is a graduate assistant for Providence women's basketball.
There you go. I have to say I'm more of a Brown University fan myself when it comes to the two Providence teams, but I do like to see the success of Providence College hockey. They've had a good season so far this year. So have the Wolverines and the Golden Gophers. A top 15 matchup here in Ann Arbor tonight. Tied at 1 apiece halfway through the game. 9:49 to go in the second period. 19 shots for Minnesota, 17 for the Wolverines. We'll have a near side draw just outside of the Minnesota zone after offsides was called. Hughes wins the puck back, doesn't get to a defender. This trickles all the way back behind the Wolverine net. Fantilli holding on to the puck. Now skating out, pass up the ice through the neutral zone, tipped by Shifsky. It was intended to go all the way down, but quickly picked off by the Gophers defense and swung back out to the neutral zone. Wolverines pick it up from there. Duke to Fantilli, back to Duke. Duke over the block M. Quick pass to Shifsky on the near side. He couldn't corral the puck. Moore picks it up, but a turnover in the slot. Shifsky can't hold on to it. Neither can Hughes in the corner.
That was a nice play from Shifsky to just sort of get the puck and then turn around. Couldn't hold on to it, though.
Gophers cut through the neutral zone and dump the puck low. They'll get 4 fresh skaters on the ice. Zemer with the puck at the far hash marks, lets a shot fly, an easy save for Stein, brush to the near corner. Now a tussle for the puck, swung around to Snuggerud, low. And help in from Zemer. To the point, Paulson takes a shot from the point. He wasn't under coverage, a nice save by Logan Stein. Little bit of a defensive breakdown there for the Wolverines.
Stein already with 20 saves in this period, although Soulier has had 16. And I think it just kind of shows both teams have made the other goalkeeper work. There hasn't just been too many slap shots. Both teams have put a solid effort towards the puck. They're shooting well.
Far side draw in the Michigan zone. It'll be Estapa versus Paulson. 8:45 to go in the second period. Minnesota wins the faceoff. Drop back to Chesley at the point. He'll fire a shot brushed aside by Stein to the far corner. Gophers bump the puck back down low. Rion Mullins there, D to D, and given back to Mullen. He uses the boards to get the puck up to Estapa. Able to break out, but his pass through the neutral zone heads to the Michigan bench, so we'll have yet another stoppage. 8:30 to go in the second period.
Yeah, as always, thank you for tuning in to WCBN. We appreciate your support. If you're still listening in, let's make this fun. I want you to tell me your favorite condiment in the chat, because this Minnesota uniform has me thinking of barbecue sauce and mustard. So,
yes, Minnesota is wearing their away maroon jerseys today with the, I'm not sure what color you would call the slight yellow accents. The Wolverines in the home maize. Michigan won the draw at center ice. They enter the Minnesota zone, but unable to control the puck. Truscott pinches on the near side to keep the puck in. The Wolverines had exited the zone, though, so Grubo with plenty of time to figure out a breakout plan. He looks up ice, far side. Pass caught by Jimmy Clark and dumped low into the Michigan zone. Stein brushes it aside to the far corner. Clark is shoved down by Moldenhauer on the far side boards. Felicio in to help. Gophers still with possession, though. They'll carry the puck back behind the goal line, swung it out to the far side and a shot wide. Out to Grube at the near point, dropped off to Hughlin. He cuts into the near circle, tries another shot and a nice save right into the chest of Logan Stein. 7:40 to go in the second period, 1-1 our score.
Yeah, and right now it looks like we're returning to the fourth line for the Wolverines, as I believe that is going to be Estapa, Lapont, and Whitelaw on the ice. Wolverines have made use of the depth of scoring that they enjoy.
Yes, they have. The Wolverines near always have the privilege of running 4 lines pretty much throughout the game. 4 talented lines of players well conditioned and quite skilled. Fast hockey is the name of the game under Brandon Arado. Michigan wins the near side draw in their own zone. Duke holds on to the puck back behind the net for a moment. No pressure. A pass out to a stop on the far side. Through the neutral zone and into the Gophers' territory. He tries to move the puck in front. Whitelaw almost got a stick on it, and he's tripped up in the corner. Here's a delayed penalty coming. Michigan up a man for the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, and I believe that is the second penalty of the game that the Wolverines will earn. They earned one towards the bottom half of the first.
Yes, that is technically the second penalty of the game. There was also the matching penalty where we had 4-on-4. The Wolverines unable to convert on their first power play. They'll get another chance to do so here. In the box for the Gophers is Rinzel. A very clear trip in the far corner of the Minnesota zone. Michigan, one of the most elite power plays in the country. I believe they're 7th nationally. In conversions, they convert on the power play more than 1 in 4 times. Far side draw in the Minnesota zone to be taken by Hughes. We'll have a reset. And Shifsky comes in to take the faceoff after Hughes is forced out. Gophers win the faceoff and quickly clear. A nice start to the penalty kill. Logan Stein will play the puck back behind his net. Edwards in to start the Wolverine breakout. Looks to Horkoff on the far boards, drop to Hage at the middle of the Michigan zone. Now over to Edwards on the near side, drop to Hughes into the Minnesota zone. Edwards tries a cross. Horkoff on the far side picks the puck up after no one was in front. He'll play with it in the far corner. Now drop to Hage at the point. D to Edwards. They'll switch positions. Edwards from the Big Ten logo, drop low. Hughes one-timer in front. Nice save by Soulier. Hage playing with the puck at the near side. Hash marks, loses control. Clark had it, and it's poked away by Shifsky. Wolverines unable to grab it, though, and the Gophers from behind the goal line able to clear. 1 minute and 5 seconds to go in the Michigan power play. Wolverines start to break the puck out. Edwards struggled for a moment in the neutral zone, but holds on to it. Cuts to the far side of the Gopher zone. Tries to pass up ice to Warner. He can't hold on to the puck, and once more, Gophers clear.
Yeah, Wolverines with power play percentage of, I believe, .27 on the year. 27 goals scored off 100 opportunities. Nice round figure there.
35 seconds to go on the Michigan power play. Halem racing into the zone, circles back. D passes at the point for the Wolverines. Now Truscott fakes the one-timer, swung over to Whitelaw, breaks his stick on the shot. Trickled to the corner. Halem picks it up and travels to the far side. He moves the puck back out to Truscott. He's got a brand new stick already. Quick D back to Truscott in the slot. Now over to Whitelaw at the near side, hash marks. To the opposite side, Warner cuts low, tries to pass to Halem in front. In a bit of a scrum, Soulier will get his glove on it, and we'll have a stoppage. 5:27 to go in the second period. 8 seconds remaining in the Michigan power play. Wolverines with a nice setup there, but they're very much on the outside of the zone. They're moving the puck, but they're not getting those chances in the slot, Vihaan.
Yeah, and I think they've managed to keep things the same way for the Golden Gophers. I think we've reached the game state where both teams are going to be satisfied to push each other out wide and avoid further scoring.
The Gophers have done a nice job on the kill, a few clears, and they're defending that area we know as the house, the zone between the inner hash marks and the crease, keeping players out, protecting Soulier from the shots, and they'll finish the penalty kill strong, winning the draw and clearing all the way down to the Michigan zone. Stein plays the puck back behind his net. Minnesota back to full strength now, and the Wolverines accidentally ice as they attempt to break out of their own zone. So not only does Minnesota kill the penalty, but they'll start back off on full strength with a face-off in the Michigan end. 5:11 to go in the second period. 1-1 our score. 22 shots for the Gophers, 19 for the Wolverines. It's been pretty even so far. Minnesota wins the draw on the far side in the Michigan zone. Fantilli quickly steals the puck away, though, and is able to move it to the neutral zone. Tussle for the puck along the far side boards. Arnessy almost got a stick on it. Michigan able to enter the zone, but quickly forced to retreat and reset. Arnessy flips it into the far corner. Draper in pursuit in the Gophers' far corner. Now Arnessy with the puck in the slot, tries LaPointe. He's got a second chance on the backhand. Runs into traffic. Gophers desperately trying to clear. Duke pinned up against the boards with the puck, and it's taken away by Paulson. 3-on-3 race down the ice. Paulson on the near side dumps the puck low into the Michigan corner. Edwards picks it up back behind the Wolverine net. Hughes will swing it to the near side to Duke. Duke pulls up at the blue line, dumps the puck low. Shifsky on the forecheck for the Wolverines. Tries to swing it around, but Renzel picks it up back behind the net. Poked away, swung out in front, and a nice chance. Hughes with a one-timer in the slot, and a good save from Liam Soulier.
Yes, Hughes from, right from Soulier's left face-off circle with a nice angled shot there. That would have been a chance for him to double his tally on the day.
4:12 to go in our second period. Far side face-off in the Minnesota zone. Wolverines win the draw. Back to Vihaan Mullen, who steps in, forced to just dump it low. Moore tries to swing the puck around for the Gophers. It's poked away. Now Truscott with it at the near side point. His shot quite wide, maybe intended for Hughes. Shifsky in a scrum in front of the net for the puck. Swung back down low to Truscott. He tries another shot into the corner. Shifsky picks it up, circles up on the near side, tries a shot, redirected out to Vihaan Mullen. He has a chance and a nice glove save from Liam Soulier. The Wolverines with a bit of an offensive bout here. Unable to convert. Feels like they're getting close.
Yeah, I think they've been the more consistent team over the course of the second period. Seems like they've had more of the puck. It seems like they've had more shots. They have 21 to the Gophers 22, which is surprising given the Gophers' vast gulf in the first period, sorry.
Far side draw won by the Wolverines, but they can't control the puck. It's dumped to the neutral zone by the Gophers. Michigan able to dump it low, but the Gophers now in the opposite direction again. Lamb trying to create some offense. Renzel picks things up in the neutral zone. Dumps the puck down low where the Wolverines quickly break out. Hayes had it for a moment. Stolen away by Mittelstadt. Moved to Renzel and up ice. Huglin in pursuit of the puck low into the far side corner of the Michigan zone. Wolverines able to swing it back out. Hayes looks up ice to Moldenhauer. He tries to split the D. Chesley and Thomas not only collided, their helmets got stuck together like two goats for a moment who were button heads. They finally come apart. And now the puck in the far corner.
I love the descriptive imagery. I think it really helps the audience back home.
Thank you. Hayes chasing the puck into the neutral zone after the Gophers were able to clear. He'll dump it back low for Michigan, and they'll get 5 fresh skaters on the ice. Sam Renzel pulls up back behind the net. A quick pass to Mittelstadt, who circles back behind the net, trying to gain some speed through the neutral zone. Over the block M at center ice, and a pass to the far side. Hendrickson, his pass intercepted by the Wolverines, who quickly move back up through the neutral zone, but give it back to the Gophers. In the opposite direction comes Nevers. He's up the far side, forced to circle up into the near corner. And the Gophers move the puck to the point. Chesley, tries a one-timer into traffic. He regains possession of the puck and cuts low. Dumps it back to Nevers in the corner. He's under hot pursuit from Truscott. Dropped off to Mittelstadt, still on the far point. Shot put in front. Hendrickson couldn't get a stick on it, and the Wolverines able to break out. Horkoff tips it up to Estapa. Now back to Horkoff on the near side into the Minnesota zone under pressure and poked away. Gruba fighting for the puck desperately in the corner and drops it back to Mittelstadt. He's under hot pursuit from Estapa.
And Owen, my dad just texted me to let you know that he appreciates your use of descriptive imagery when you talked about 2 goats locking heels.
Thank you, Vihaan, and thank you to your dad.
TJ as well. Thank you, TJ.
Gophers move the puck back down to the Michigan zone, and the Wolverines break it back out just as fast. All the way up the ice, a shot on net from the neutral zone. Soulier uses blocker, sent it into the netting. We'll have a stoppage, 1:25 to go in the second period. A near side draw in Minnesota zone.
Yeah, and I think through the second period, I think it's been a lot more controlled from both Michigan and Minnesota. Like I said, I don't think they've taken too many risks because I think both of them are sort of satisfied with this game state, especially Michigan, who are an excellent overtime team.
Tied at 1 apiece, like you said, 1:25 to go. Edwards fires a shot from the near point. The rebound, Hughes almost had an opportunity just behind the net. The Wolverines swing it all the way back low to Edwards on the near side. Edwards shoots once more, wraps all the way around the boards to the far corner, and Ziemer able to break out for the Gophers. He carries the puck, circles up in the corner, drops back to Thomas, far side, a shot from the slot, and a whistle seemingly blowed, but we're still playing. Perhaps I misheard it. No whistle, will continue on. There was a scrum in front, and the Wolverines break out through the neutral zone. Cross ice pass to Shifsky. He'll move the puck in front. 45 seconds to go. Pass to no one, taken by Ziemer. He looks for a cross ice pass to Snugrud. Can't get there in time. Fantilli picks it up, carries the puck into the Michigan zone and back behind the Wolverine goal. He'll take a moment to rest and pause behind Stein. 30 seconds to go in the second period. A pass to the near side. Duke carries it through the neutral zone and dumps low. Halem ricochets the puck all the way back to Duke on the low side. A shot and a big rebound in front. Wood picks it up for the Gophers. He'll try a long pass through the neutral zone, doesn't work out, but picks it up after it ricochets off a Wolverine, carried into the Michigan zone, and a shot high off the chest of Stein. 5 seconds to go. Puck pinned up against the far boards. Comes out, time for one final shot. Chesley lets one rip after it was crossed him on the near side. A nice save by Stein as time expires. After 2 periods of play, our score, Minnesota 1, Michigan 1. We've had some great hockey, Vihaan.
Yeah, and the 2 goats are going to unlock their heads for about 20 minutes. As we move to the second intermission, this is going to be a little longer one. So, and Dependent Fanatic would like to praise you for analogy as well. I think you got it made now, brother.
Oh, thank you. All right, before we take a break, let's talk through what we just saw. The Wolverines came into the period with a 1-goal deficit. They closed that gap. What'd you like from them in the second period?
Yeah, well, I've talked about their defensive structure, and I think, like I said, I think pushing the Golden Gophers at the boards does a lot to sort of absorb that pressure, because that doesn't like to get numbers up. They like to play speed. They like to play tough. In a lot of ways, a counter to the style of play they've been playing since Naruto was appointed as in Michigan. So I think they've done well to sort of neutralize that, and I think the Golden Gophers have picked up on that as well. They've sort of done a lot of the same, and I think Michigan has done well on the outside. I think, again, a lot of those angles and good scoring opportunities have come from, a right angle or a left angle from the faceoff circle. I think they do need to work the middle a little bit more. I think I'd like to see them just play more straight through the ice rather than relying on the boards or relying on an angle. But apart from that, I think it's been a much improved second period for the Wolverines. I think this is, again, it's a deadlock game. I don't think either team has really pulled ahead of the other, and I'm excited to see what we get out of this third period.
And so, like you said, game in a dead heat. Is there one single adjustment you'd recommend both of these teams make during the intermission?
Well, I think to either team, I'd recommend them just trying to play through the center a little bit more. I think we've gotten a lot of attempts on the boards, so I think just playing through the center would just be beneficial to both.
Minnesota desperately seeking to avoid a weekend sweep. The Wolverines looking for their first sweep since the first half of the season. Minnesota 1, Michigan 1 after 2 periods. More Michigan hockey on WCBN in 8 minutes. Now note, don't go anywhere. The Michigan Hockey Band will begin performing in just about 2 minutes. You can enjoy that here on WCBN. 1-1 our score, Michigan versus Minnesota after 2 periods of play. So we're ready for a tied third period. We'll say hello to you on our broadcast cam. Owen, Crain alongside Vihaan, Easwar. If you've been listening through the intermission, you heard a lot of classics from the Michigan hockey band. Aretha Franklin's Respect, the Blues Brothers' I Can't Turn You Loose, finalized, what they just played?
Every Time We Touch by
Every
Cascada.
Time We Touch, yes, the remix. Now, 2 of those songs, fun fact, were not classic band songs. Every Time We Touch was part of a halftime show by the Michigan football marching band a few years ago, and they started to incorporate it into their football, hockey, basketball stuff. And I Can't Turn You Loose is a tradition here at Yost Arena. There's a dance that all the students do. It was created by a student back in the early 2010s, and the tradition persists today.
Yeah, I love the incorporation of 90s Eurodance into marching bands. I think we need more 90s Eurodance songs in marching band halftime shows.
Maybe we do. We've seen a lot of good hockey so far, Vihaan. You mentioned a few adjustments. You want to see these teams driving up the middle of the ice more often. What are you most excited for in this third period?
Yeah, I'm excited to see Michigan sort of just get players closer to goal a little bit more. I think that was something that they were doing well towards the end of the first period, and that's something that's definitely going to help them put goals on the board now.
Gophers win the draw and drive quickly to the far side of the Michigan zone. Drop back to the point, tipped in front, and a goal! Minnesota retakes the lead as Moore gets the tip in front.
Yeah, and this third period is going to begin in a very similar way to the way that first period did, with just a breakaway, just powerful shot, and I think Michigan is now on the receiving end of it.
We had a shot from the point. It was Cal Thomas with the shot, tipped in front by Oliver Moore. The sophomore draft pick property of the Chicago Blackhawks. Nets a goal and the lead for the Gophers early in the third period. Not the start the Maize and Blue faithful wanted. Wolverines win the draw off the faceoff, quickly turn the puck back over. Here come the Gophers down into the Michigan zone. Snuggerud corralling the puck on the near side, circles up, fires a shot off just wide of Stein's net. Hage picks things up in the far corner, up ice to Edwards, who bounces it off the boards. Wolverines can't pick it up. Gophers now back in the opposite direction after they bump it down, dump it low. Ryan Mullen picks the puck up on the near side, swings it D to D, and up ice to Edwards. He'll enter the Gopher zone, walks one defender, can't get back past the second. He got past Renzel, who now picks up the puck that was poked away in the far corner. Plenty of time to break out. Crosses the red line on the far side and dumps the puck low. Stein couldn't play the puck and lost his stick back behind the net. So Michigan's goalie without his stick for the moment. Wolverines able to break out, and Stein will step back behind the net and grab his stick for a few seconds. He's back in now as the Gophers try to move the puck through the neutral zone. Wolverines pick it back up. Quick pass up ice to Moldenhauer. He can't corral it. Turn back over. Hughlin trying to cut up the near side, runs into traffic in Felicio, and dumps the puck low. Now Horkoff with it on the far side boards. Cross ice laterally along the blue line to Felicio, who dumps things low. Soulier tries to play it back behind his net. It gets past him, and the Gophers dump it back to the neutral zone, where Felicio picks it up once more and will dump it off again. 5 fresh skaters on the ice for the Wolverines. Fantilli with the puck in the neutral zone, skating backwards and D to Duke. Now up ice. The pass to Daskus goes off sides. And we have a whistle. 18:01 to go in the third period. Minnesota retaking the lead early here in the third. 2-1 our score. The Wolverines with a deficit to close.
Yeah, and as I said, the Golden Gophers scored in a very similar way to the Wolverines in that last period.
Great play setup by the Gophers on that goal. Wolverines won the draw, dumped the puck low into the Minnesota zone. Being played on the near side. Gophers will cut across the neutral zone and dump things low. Hendrickson adding pressure back behind the Michigan net. Puck pokes out in Whitelaw, able to corral it, cut up the center of the ice. Quick pass to Daskus. He'll dump the puck low, played back behind the net by Soulier. A tussle for the puck on the near side boards. No one able to come away with it in the Minnesota zone. Finally, it pokes out. Middlestad controlling it and stolen away quickly by Daskus. He'll play with the puck in the corner. It's ricocheted up towards the point. Hendrickson able to grab hold of it, and a cross-ice pass allows the Gophers finally to break out. Ryan Chesley will dump it low, and the Gophers will get 5 fresh skaters on the ice. Vihaan Mullen starting the Michigan breakout. His pass intended to cross the neutral zone, picked off by Wood, who enters the zone. Quick pass in front in the slot, a scram, and finally Stein able to cover the puck.
Yeah, that was a costly turnover by Vihaan Mullen, but great recovery from Stein as the Golden Gophers get their 26th shot off.
26 shots for Minnesota, 22 for the Wolverines. A bad turnover in the Michigan zone almost cost them dearly. Stand on your head, Logan Stein. He's played well all evening. Has kept the Wolverines in this one. Near side draw, won by Minnesota. Thomas goes D to D. Rinzel fires one from the far side. It's high. Bounces to the near side corner. Minnesota still with the puck. They pass it to Rinzel. He tries to get it to Thomas. Almost tipped away. Gophers able to keep the puck in. Moore circling the Michigan net from far, near side to far. Gets a shot off on Stein. An easy save. And now the puck on the far side of the net. Edwards fighting for it. Moore comes away with it. Takes it to the far hash marks. Finally, it pokes away to the sticky Hughes. Cross-ice pass to Warner in the slot, and he'll be able to break out. A long pass up ice for Shifsky. He can't corral it, but got a stick on it to avoid icing. Puck now behind the Gopher net. To the near side. No one knew where the puck was. Hayes almost got his stick on it, but Paulson able to carry it out of the Gopher zone and into the Michigan zone. Zemer now chasing the dump to the near corner. Felicio almost got his stick on it. Can't get rid of it, so the puck still pinned against the near side wall at the hash marks. Finally trickles out back behind the Michigan goal. And Truscott able to make a pass up ice. Felicio now with the puck on the near side. In the Gopher zone, he'll wrap it all the way around. Hayes bumps it further to Truscott at the far point. Tries a shot down low, quite wide. Felicio picks it up at the near hash marks. He tries to move it in front. It's tipped away. Hayes barely keeps the puck in, but then it keeps going out to the neutral zone. We'll have a 3-on-2 in the opposite direction. A Gopher almost walks the defender. It was Brody Zemer. The nice toe drag, but finally the puck was poked away. Halen was able to grab hold of it. He tries a pass for Ernest. He couldn't grab hold of it, but icing waved off. Puck now pinned back behind the net on the far side in the Gopher zone. Huglin in to help. He'll come away with the puck. D to D back behind the net, up to Clark. A long cross-ice pass to Lamb. Back to Huglin. He can't hold on to it. And the Wolverines now blasting in the opposite direction. Cross-ice to Daskus. He's cutting up the near side. Pinned in the corner and knocked down. Wolverines will cycle the puck all the way out to Duke at the far side point. He tries to make a move around Lamb. Lamb will collide with him. Duke loses the puck in the far corner, but he has help from his fellow Wolverines. Draper cycles it around to Daskus, who's taken Duke's spot. And Daskus fires the puck low, wrapped all the way around the boards. Gophers try to cycle the puck back down low. Finally, they're able to get the puck out. Fantilli fields it in the neutral zone, swung over to Duke, and the Wolverines dump it low and get a full line change. Gophers get 3 fresh skaters on the ice as well. Minnesota holding onto the puck back behind their net. A long pass out to Hendrickson on the near side. He'll fire one way up ice, intended for Mason Nevers. Couldn't hold on to it. And now the puck back behind the Michigan net. Edwards and Nevers tied up. Puck trickles out to Middlestad. Bumps it down to the point, a one-timer. A nice save from Stein. The rebound brushed away to the near side. Estapa carries it through the neutral zone and in entering the Minnesota territory. Wolverine goes off sides. I think it was Whitelaw. So we'll have a stoppage. 13:54 to go in the third period.
Yeah, and then I think neither team seems to have made any massive adjustments. I think a lot of the play is still coming from outside, which over the past few years for Brandon Arato's Michigan teams has been a bit of a trend. But this is a team that enjoys making use of its left and right wings. Namely the Brindley-McGroarty pairing last season.
There you go. Wolverines holding onto the puck in their own zone. Hughes tries a blind behind the back pass. Almost works to get to Shifsky in the neutral zone. Still gets the puck out all the way down in the corner of the Minnesota zone now. They're able to clear all the way back up into the Michigan zone. Duke connects with Fantilli in the Wolverine end. Fantilli crosses the red line, fires a shot way down. Nice Soulier plays it back behind the net. And the Gophers come in the opposite direction. Sam Rinzel cutting from left to right through the neutral zone, dumps the puck in. Stein plays it. He didn't realize Wood was just behind him. Able to get the puck off at just the right moment. pinned up against the boards at the far hash marks now. Wood holding on to it. A tricky play to move the puck in front of the net. Only problem, no one's there. Wolverines clear to the neutral zone, but the Gophers dump it right back low just as quickly. Fantilli holds on to the puck behind the Michigan goal. A little bit of time to break out. Now a pass to the near side. Hayes cutting through the neutral zone over the block M. Tries a move, gets through a defender and scores! Michael Hayes ties us at 2!
Hayes is one of the most promising players in this Michigan program, and plays like that, where the right blend of speed, stick handling, and finishing just show you why. Again, that's the second goal for the Wolverines, and it's the second goal that came from back in their own ice. In Hughes' case, he uses speed, but with Hayes, it's pure stick handling and precision.
Michael Hayes walked Cal Thomas and beat the brick wall that is Liam Souliere. 12:46 to go in the third period. We're tied. Minnesota 2, Michigan 2. Wolverines won the draw at center ice, carried the puck down to the Minnesota zone. We'll have a whistle for an offsides, I believe. The crowd's into it here at Yost. Near side draw in the Minnesota zone. It wasn't an offsides. Instead, the puck went into the netting. 2-2 our score. 12:31 to go in the third period.
And that's going to take Hayes up to 32 points on the season, second behind Hughes, who's on 35. That's going to be his 13th goal. Again, Hughes in the team lead with 14.
Wolverines dump the puck low into the Minnesota zone. Working for the puck at the near side boards. Clark comes away with it for the Gophers, carries it up ice, crosses the red line, and dumps it in. Edwards tries to play it on the far side hash marks. Runs into trouble. Now Thomas cuts in, grabs the puck, fires a shot off Stein. Couldn't hold on to it, had to brush away the rebound. Wolverines able to clear the puck back to the neutral zone. Renzel driving up the ice, cuts from left to right, tries to fire a shot off. Trickled to the near side corner, and the Wolverines regain possession. Edwards with a bit of time as the Gophers get a few changes. Moving from left to right, cuts through the neutral zone and now into the Minnesota zone. He tries to brush the puck in front of the net. No one's there to receive. Ernest fighting for the puck back behind the net. Thomas there to help the Gophers as well. It'll be Renzel who moves the puck way up the ice to Hendrickson. Tries to cross the ice to Nevers as the Gophers enter the Michigan zone, but the Wolverines able to steal the puck away. And we'll have a whistle. Delayed offsides will bring the face-off back to the neutral zone. 11:18 to go in the third period, 2-2 our score.
And staying on Hayes, what's even more impressive about his impressive scoring season is that of the Wolverines' many 15-point scorers, he's the only one who hasn't made the 30-game mark. Hayes only played 28 games, a function of missing some games to injury in the fall.
Hayes has had himself a season, so has Hughes. The Wolverines have really shaped up as of late. We can only hope they continue to do so as they look towards the Big Ten tournament and perhaps the NCAAs. Gophers won the draw at center ice, dumped the puck in. Stein played it back behind his net, but the Wolverines couldn't hold on to it. Nevers tries to move the puck to Middlestad. He can't hold on to it. Trickles all the way out to LaPointe. He'll dump the puck through the neutral zone. Turns it over to the Gopher defenders who look back up ice to Middlestad. A few quick moves. He'll dump the puck to the far corner in the Michigan zone. A lot of speed from LaPointe up ice. A pass to Whitelaw sitting on the near side at the red line. Few quick moves. Pass over to Duke, who enters the Gopher zone. Tries a shot, doesn't get it off. Looks like he might have collided mid-ice with Matthew Wood. He had to reset his helmet. Wood still on the ice and playing well. Picks the puck up in the neutral zone. Drops it back to his defenders and gets it back. Now up the near side. One-on-one with Fantilli. He cuts left to right. Can't get a shot off. Circles back. Hand off to his defender. Chesley lets one fly. Brushed aside to the near corner. Wolverines able to break it out to the neutral zone. Warner from the backhand with a pass to Hughes up to the near side. He'll enter the Minnesota zone. A delayed high sticking is waved off after the Wolverines touched the puck. A Gopher batted the puck out of the air to the neutral zone. The Wolverines quickly moved it back down low. Gophers able to move it out. Snuggerud on the far side had the puck poked away by Edwards. Now Shifsky up in the opposite direction. 2-on-2. Drop off to Warner. The shot just wide. Hughes finds a rebound in front and another save from Soulier. 9:43 to go in the third. This should be the under 10-minute timeout. So both of these teams will get a well-deserved break. It's been yet another thrilling period of hockey so far, Vihaan. What have you seen that you've liked?
Yeah, I think Michigan have handled the stick very well individually. I think that's been something that's been fundamental to all these Brandon Nerado teams. A lot of these players who have gone on to the NHL have been great on the ice. Like, as a Devils fan, I watch Luke Hughes regularly. He's obviously exhibited some great skills with the stick. I think a lot of his team has, and that's something they've done well in this period to get that goal across. Defensively, they haven't allowed Minnesota too many opportunities either. I think, yes, they've conceded a goal, but for the most part, ever since the first period, it's been a very sound adjustment from Nerado's team.
Nerado, in his third season as Michigan's head coach, has done a good job leading this program. 3 consecutive Frozen Fours for the Wolverines. They hope to make it 4. Those seedings crucial. The NCAA tournament will take 16 teams, but there are multiple automatic bids. Michigan ranked 12th right now, so they're right on the cusp. A sweep here against Minnesota will certainly help their rankings. The Wolverines are 12th in the country. Minnesota is 4th, 3rd in the coaches' poll.
And if I'm correct, a victory here would determine whether or not Michigan hosts a game in the Big Ten tournament or not.
It certainly does help. Impossible to know just for sure. Michigan's ranked 4th in the Big Ten standings. You got to be numbers 2 through 4 to host in the first round. Minnesota trying to chase them, Wisconsin trying to chase them at 5. We're back to play. A pass to Vihaan. Mullins slips through to the neutral zone. He carries it back, recycles, and dumps it low. Played by Soulier, back behind the Gopher net. The Wolverines will get a quick change. Errant pass to Moldenhauer. He cuts in, near side, the pass in front. Halem scores! Halem cut in, found the pass at just the right moment. Michigan in the lead.
And it's that chemistry in the final third that I've been talking about all game for the Wolverines, and it finally happened. Michigan needed to score right by the post, right by the goal all game long, and right there, that was who he happened to be. That was what Michigan had been looking for. That was what Michigan had been trying to build towards. And I think you've seen some splash plays, but you've also shown a team that can just win through playing simple, fundamental hockey.
Now, there was a chance that hit off his skate. They have not put a replay on the video board. All of the Minnesota players are waiting to watch for a replay. They have not lined up at center ice. MSTV and our video board directors will not give them that replay. We'll see if the Gophers challenge. They will. Here it is. That was my hesitation in the initial call. It seemed that may have hit off the skate of Halem instead of his stick in the crease. The officials called it a good goal. They'll now take a moment to review. We never got a video board review, now we will. The pass from Moldenhauer, and that hit his skate, not his stick. The question is, did he kick it, or was it just forward motion? It also hit off Rinzel's skate, but then Halem's second. You ask me, this one's coming back, Vihaan.
Yeah, absolutely. We're getting the replay now here on the video board, and it does, unfortunately for the Wolverines, look clear that this hit Halem's left skate. It does not look like that would have gone in otherwise. This is unfortunately almost definitely coming back, and it would be the correct call from the officials.
I'll give credit to the athletic department where it's due for not showing that replay. Minnesota was waiting for it. They didn't get it. They were forced to make the decision on their own, and it was the right call. Halem not using his stick, but instead his skate in the crease. And we'll await the officials' verdict. Both linesmen in the box, sitting next to public address announcer Jason Morris. Seems they've come to a verdict.
Yeah, as we are still waiting on what is most likely going to be the goal rescinded for the Wolverines. For the right reason, it did look as though how I'm using skate gave him an advantage as to sending it into the net.
Here's the verdict. No goal. There you have it. It was not a good goal. So after all the fanfare, this one comes back. 2-2 our score, 9:14 to go in the third period. The Wolverines will have to continue to push, but they are knocking on that door. Near side face-off just outside of the Minnesota zone, won by the Wolverines. Swung back, D-to-D, Truscott dumps it low. To the near side corner, the Gophers will play it out. Quick pass up ice to Paulson. He's tied up by Horkoff, but able to dump the puck in low. Truscott in pursuit of the puck back behind the Michigan net. Zemer in to help for the Gophers. Wolverines able to clear. No one grabs hold of it. A shot from the far point. This one gets stuck back behind the Michigan net. The breakout pass intercepted by Snuggerud. Snuggerud, one of the Hobie contenders on the Minnesota end. Chases the puck to the far corner. Swings it back around to the near side. Draper for the Wolverines can't get there. Gophers bump it to Thomas, D-to-D, and now back to Thomas once more. Over to Snuggerud, a big one-timer brushed aside by Logan Stein. He stood on his head all evening. Draper bumps the puck back behind the net. Over to Horkoff on the far side, and finally a Michigan breakout pass to Moldenhauer. He just tries to move it through the neutral zone. Gophers regain possession. Snuggerud carries the puck into the Michigan zone, into the near corner, tied up by Fantilli. The Wolverines able to break back out with Shifsky holding the puck on the near side boards. Up to Hughes in the neutral zone. Hughes moving laterally, cuts in, couldn't dump it, and just kind of lost control of the puck. Gophers able to take it back, and it's a 2-on-2. Wood and Kurth. Wood with a bit of a spinorama gets a shot off from the backhand. Another nice save from Logan Stein. And finally, with a play at the blue line, the puck heads out, hits the netting, and we'll have a whistle. 7:44 to go in the third period.
Yeah, and like I said, I still like the team movement and synergy Michigan showed in that play. I just think it was unfortunate. I don't necessarily think it was intentional on Hallam's end, but it still provided a clear advantage that helped the goal make its way over the line.
Hallam was just trying to drive in. No intentional kick. All these players know it will be called back if they use their skate. And credit to the Minnesota staff, including head coach Bob Motzko, for calling for that review. Wolverines won the draw in their end and broke the puck out to the neutral zone. Carried it all the way down into the Minnesota end before they lost control in the near corner. Gophers back with the puck, a breakout pass to Kurth at the blue line. Swung up way down ice, intended for Moore. He'll chase the puck all the way into the far corner. Wolverine defender loses an edge. Moore throws the puck back to the point, and Renzel dumps it low. No one's there. Edwards grabs it for the Wolverines, cycles to the far side, and tries to pass for a stop. It's behind him. This one goes all the way down. Icing's waved off. Renzel back in the corner, and we have a delayed penalty coming on a Gopher. You can hear the children of Yost waving off the penalized Gopher. There's the see ya. Sam Renzel with a 2-minute minor. 7:01 to go in our third period. 2-2 our score. Michigan up a man for the next 2 minutes. Wolverines are 0 for 3 on the power play so far. 0 for 4 if you count the 4-on-4 play in the first period. Near side draw to be taken by Hughes up against Clark. Gophers win the puck back, swing it to the far corner, try to clear, and they'll get it to the neutral zone. Edwards picks things up just outside of the Michigan end. Cuts over to the near side, pass to Hughes. Over to Shifsky and drop back to Edwards on the near side, drop back down low. Horkoff twiddling with the puck, now back to Edwards at the near side point. Tries to cut in, instead drops back from behind to Horkoff and back over to Edwards. Now down low to Hughes. Pass in front, an opportunity, another chance. Horkoff fires a shot and a nice save Gophers try to clear. Nice pinch at the line from Edwards. He keeps it in. Hands it off. Pass to Horkoff. One-timer. Another save from Souliere. Great pinch from Edwards. Grabs the puck out of the air. Keeps it in at the line. Drops down to one knee. And goes back and forth with Horkoff. Now Edwards holding onto the puck at the near side blue line. Down low to Hayes. He'll circle up at the hash marks. Cuts out to the point. And passes to an invisible man. This one will trickle to the neutral zone. A minute down on the Michigan power play. Hayes holding onto the puck. Makes a quick line under pressure from Moore. He'll move laterally and now down low on the near side. A shot, perhaps a rebound, and finally the whistle. Souliere with another great save. 47 seconds to go on the Michigan power play. 5:48 on the clock in the third period. 2-2 the score.
Yeah, and I think both teams, you mentioned, you used the term dead heat during the intermission. I think that's kind of where you're at right now. I think Michigan definitely has had the more promising scoring chances, though.
Gophers won the draw and able to clear the puck to the neutral zone. Michigan re-entering now with Warner on the near side. Quick pass to Moldenhauer through his legs. Drop back to Truscott in the slot. Here's the shot into traffic, deflected to the near corner. Ricochets out to Warner at the near hash marks. Out to Truscott in the slot. Now back to Warner on the near side. Another shot. This one redirected into the netting. We'll have another stoppage. 21 seconds to go in the Wolverine power play. They've had chances, but the Gophers are tightening up on the kill. Near side draw in the Minnesota end, won by the Gophers. They'll be able to clear all the way down to the Michigan net. Stein brushes away the puck. Final 10 seconds of the Wolverine power play. Edwards circling up through the Michigan zone, racing through the neutral zone. Pass dropped off to Hayes. Little bit of a toe drag and a shot right into the chest of Liam Souliere. And some extracurriculars.
I think the best way to describe Hayes as a hockey player is there just seems to be a certain maturity to his game. I don't think he's necessarily the fastest player on the ice, but like I talked about, just the way he handles a stick makes it clear that he's been playing the sport his entire life.
Michael Hayes, the freshman, out of Chicago, played for the Chicago Steel for a moment. 1 second to go on Rinzel's penalty. The Wolverines will have to be careful on the near side draw in the Michigan zone. He'll be released. Fantilli steps back to cover him. And the Gophers won the draw but cycled down low. They'll ice. This should be icing as the penalty had expired, and there's the call. So we'll reset down in the Minnesota end once more, this time on the far side. 4:52 to go in the third period. Tied 2 apiece. One thing to note, Vihaan, we have finally evened out on the shots as well. 31 per program. The Gophers jumped to an early lead in that, but the Wolverines have evened things out.
Yeah, and thank you to Penn Fanatic for pointing out that Michigan is 6-0-2 in overtime.
We have a delayed penalty coming now on the Wolverines off the draw. There was a bit of a trip. I believe it was Draper. Just after the Gophers killed the penalty, the Wolverines will have to as well. Keenan Draper to the box with a 2-minute minor for tripping. This will move the faceoff all the way down to the Michigan zone. 4:46 left to go in the third. Michigan will play nearly half of that down a man. Here's a big chance for Minnesota. Near side draw. Moore taking it for the Gophers. He'll win it and chase the puck into the near corner. Spun out to Rinzel. Now D to D, a shot off the post. Did it trickle in off the back of Stein? No, it did not. It bounced off the back of Stein, nearly crossed the plane of the goal, and he makes the save at the last moment.
And obviously there's been some great attacking players on the ice, but in my opinion, Michigan's MVP tonight has been Logan Stein. I think he just kept out so many important chances, so many shots that seemed goal-bound at points that you'd be amiss to mention anyone else.
We get a look at the replay on the video board. That puck inches from a goal after it bounced off the post and redirected off the back of Logan Stein. Wolverines win the draw on their end this time. They'll dump it down low, force the Gophers to reset. 95 seconds to go in the Michigan kill. 4:20 on the clock. Gophers side to side in the neutral zone. Now entering Michigan's territory. Snuggerud tries a shot into traffic, and Estapa is able to get it past Rinzel. He chases the puck down to the Minnesota zone, carries it through the neutral zone and drops it off to Brody Lamb, who will slingshot through. He hands the puck off to Wood at the blue line, who ricochets it around the boards. Lamb chasing the puck out to the near side point. Tries to cycle it low, but the Wolverines able to clear once more. Shifsky in hot pursuit of the puck. He gets tied up. Almost tripped up Rinzel. No delayed penalty coming. And Halem holding on to the puck back behind the Minnesota goal. A great time waster on the Michigan kill. 45 seconds to go on the penalty. Gophers will get a full line change here. 35 seconds to go on the kill now. Ryan Chesley starts a breakout, drops the puck off through the neutral zone. Karth can't hold on to it as he enters Michigan zone, and the Wolverines move it back to the neutral zone. Now Clark cutting up the near side, dumps the puck low. Stein tries to stop it back behind the net. It gets to the far corner. Scrum over there. Karth able to throw the puck out to Chesley at the far point. Now back over to Karth. He cuts in front, a rebound. Clark almost finished, he couldn't. Wolverines clear. That will finish the kill.
Yeah, and the Wolverines defense, in addition to Stein, has really stepped up during these last few minutes.
Clark walking through multiple defenders in front of the Michigan net after the Gophers move the puck all the way back down the ice. Now the Wolverines in the opposite direction. Ernessy from the far side, a shot, big rebound, no one's there. Michigan cycles it from far corner to near, and the Gophers break out. Balloon moving the puck into the Michigan zone. Tried to pass to Huglin. Wolverines able to pick things up and pass out to Whitelaw. Up to Warner on the near side. Back behind the Gopher net. Drop to Hage at the near side point. He'll cut low into traffic, fires a tough angle shot. Gloved by Souliere. 2:02 to go in the third period.
Yeah, I think the Wolverines have, whereas in the last period they were defending mostly by forcing the Gophers right down the boards, the Gophers have played it up a little bit, up the middle a little bit more, which makes the Wolverines' defensive stand here of just kind of stacking their own, zone even more impressive and effective.
Near side draw in the Minnesota zone, won by the Wolverines. Halem looks across the ice to Duke at the far side point. Puck's poked away from him down low, and the Gophers pick it up. They'll move all the way down the ice. This should be icing. A long pass, seemingly to no one, will reset the faceoff back into the Minnesota end. 1:49 on the clock, 2-2 our score. And timeout will be called. Minnesota taking a break with under 2 minutes to go here in Ann Arbor. Vihaan, what do you think they're discussing?
Well, I think they're sort of discussing, they're going to need a fast break. They're going to need to get numbers up there to counter the fact the Wolverines seem to be moving towards a stacked box. I think in soccer the term is sort of a low block where you sort of pull your entire team down into your own half, and I think the Wolverines...
1:49 to go in the third period. 1:49 to go in the third period. A near side draw in the Minnesota zone. Won by the Gophers. They'll break out through the neutral zone. Quick pass far side to Wood. He carries the puck to the far corner. Edwards chases after it. And Edwards able to get a stick on it and bring it around to Hughes on the near side. Hughes dumps the puck to Shifsky at the block M, center ice. Quick pass to Warner. Fires a shot off, swept away by Souliere to the near side boards where there's another scramble. Gophers able to clear the puck out to the neutral zone. Ethan Edwards picks it up and dumps it back down low. Souliere will play it back behind the net. Wolverines get a few changes, and a long pass up the ice is tipped away by Michigan. Hage holding on to the puck at the near side on the blue line. Quick give and go to Halem. He tries to cut down low, gets stuffed by a defender. 1 minute to go here in Ann Arbor in the third period. Zemer tries to pass up to Paulson. He's hit by Fantilli, and Duke able to chase the puck. Carries it out of the Michigan zone, up through the left side of the neutral zone and into the far corner. Takes a tough angle shot on Soulier. Uses his shoulder to block it. Gophers pick the puck up. Snuggerud holding on to it just inside the Gopher zone. Almost has it stolen away by Ernessy. Instead, he's able to hold on to it. Tries to cross it along the blue line. Can't do so. Gophers forced to retreat. Thomas moves D to D up to Chesley. 30 seconds to go. The Gophers dump it low and will get a full line change. Luca Fantilli holding on to the puck back behind the Michigan net. Now coming out to chance of Let's Go Blue. Under 20 seconds to go. Hand off to Duke in the neutral zone. He dumps the puck low. Played by Soulier. Back behind the net and wrapped around on the near side. Edwards chasing the puck for the final 5 seconds. Vihaan, do you know what is better than regular hockey?
Overtime hockey.
Overtime hockey. There's the buzzer. 2-2 our score at the end of regulation. We're headed to overtime here in Ann Arbor.
And on senior night for a class that has achieved a lot for this Michigan program with 3 consecutive Final Fours, it's only fitting that their last ever regular season home game is going to end with a bang.
I was wondering if you'd be able to work a bang in.
You know, the thing with bangs is you don't work a bang in. You don't force a bang.
It comes to you.
You were just a vessel for the bang.
It's natural. I like it.
The bang finds its way through you.
A short 2-minute intermission before we begin 3-on-3 big time here in Ann Arbor. I just said it there, 3-on-3. That marks a big change. Something that certainly seemingly would benefit the Wolverines.
They're
Michigan,
6-2 in overtime this season.
There you go. The Gophers, not as strong of an overtime program, and it's almost like a different game. It's like jumping from men's lacrosse to women's lacrosse. The strategy changes here from 5-on-5 to 3-on-3.
I'd argue that there's no sport in which the overtime rules are as drastically different from regulation rules as hockey. You could argue for football with the strange way that the NFL defines possessions, but I think, as you said with hockey, the fact that you have such...
Space will open up for both the Wolverines and the Gophers here. How about a little M&M to pump up the crowd before we start some overtime? 20 seconds to go.
The Wolverines only have one shot. They should not miss their chance to blow because this opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
It's all a game of keep away in 3-on-3 overtime. Final 10 seconds before we get started. Looks like the Wolverines starting 3 for overtime. Jackson Halem, TJ Hughes, and Ethan Edwards. For the Gophers, it's Luke Middlestad, Oliver Moore, and Eric Paulson. The Wolverines walked it off in overtime last night. Let's find out if they can do it again. 5 minutes on the clock. Here we go. Halem off to the races. Far side. Pulls up in the Minnesota zone. Pass to Edwards. He tried for Hughes on a cross. Hughes couldn't pick it up to the corner. Now Hughes circling up. Drop back to Edwards. Tried for a Halem. Pass intercepted by Middlestad, and the Gophers running in the opposite direction. Middlestad down the ice across to Lamb. He cuts low. Quick cross in front. Best chance we've seen yet, but a massive save. Logan Stein, stand on your head.
You know, he kind of falls on the puck awkwardly, but make no mistake, Stein knew exactly what he was doing there.
I thought it was over. The Wolverines live to fight another day. 4:35 on the clock, far side draw in the Michigan zone. Wolverines come away with the faceoff. Truscott under heavy pressure back behind the Michigan net. Able to carry the puck to the neutral zone and drops it off for Hage. Hage cutting through the neutral zone. Now enters the Minnesota zone on the near side. Still holding on to the puck, circles up, cuts down the near side once more, tries an escape move, doesn't quite work. Almost pushed away, and the puck travels all the way to the net. Soulier covered it for a moment, then brushed it to one of his players. Gophers entering the Michigan zone, go off sides. That'll get some raucous applause from the children of Yost. in the middle of a stoppage. 3:59 to go in our overtime period.
A reminder for anyone who's tuning in the first time, a goal here wins it for either team. There's nothing that comes after. This is sudden death.
Face off just outside the Michigan zone, won by the Wolverines. Warner carrying the puck down on the near side into the Minnesota zone. He's under pressure and will circle back all the way into Michigan's end. Drops the puck off to Fantilli. Wolverines kind of operating in a triangle here with Fantilli, Warner, and Hughes. Fantilli's knocked down by Chesley, who lost his stick in the process. So kind of a 3-on-2.5 right now. Chesley back with his stick, and the Gophers steal the puck away from the Wolverines, back behind the Gopher net. Hughlin with the puck, cutting up the ice. Drops it off to Wood on the near side, who tries to cut in as he enters the Michigan zone. He'll take a shot off right into the chest of Logan Stein, and we'll have another whistle. 3:16 on the clock.
That's going to be Stein's second save of this overtime period. Going to bring him out to 32 saves on the day, level with Soulier.
Near side draw in the Michigan zone, won by the Gophers. Back to Middlestad. He'll play with the puck for a moment, cuts to the middle, now dropped to Zemer. His shot right into the legs of Hayes. Hayes racing for the puck, Moore gets there first. A big save for the Gophers, and Moore will circle up back behind his own net and cut down the near side. He's one-on-one with Edwards. Now across ice pass to Middlestad. Drop back to Zemer. He's got space to move in. Over to Middlestad on the left-hand side. He'll pull up at the hash marks, runs into trouble. Under pressure from Hayes, and the Wolverines steal the puck away. 2:40 on the clock. Halem racing down the ice, tries to move on Zemer, loses control of the puck, but chases it into the far corner. Swung around now to Shifsky. He'll carry the puck into the neutral zone, allowing his teammates time to change. Truscott on the ice now. Shifsky, handoff, Truscott, Shifsky, big chance in front, just misses the net. My God, I thought it was over. 2:20 to go. Gophers with the puck. Zemer circles up, passes back.
And Soulier had come out of his net, leaving a wide opening, but Shifsky just couldn't capitalize there.
Clark racing down the ice on the far side, fires a shot just wide of Stein. Ricochets into the near corner, and the Wolverines able to pick the puck up. Truscott drops it back to Hughes. Hughes cuts up the far side, tries to wrap around. Whitelaw in front, another shot wide. Would have been another great chance. The Wolverines need to hit the net. Hughes with a puck now at the Big Ten logo. He's cutting in. Has Truscott and Whitelaw on the ice. Tries a pass to Truscott. It's tipped in front of the net, and Truscott can't get it. Renzel moving in the opposite direction. Handoff Snuggerud near side, pulls up just inside the Michigan zone. Snuggerud swings the puck down low. Renzel will hold on to it and escapes the Michigan zone to reset. He drops the puck off to Lamb, trailing him as he enters Michigan's territory. And Lamb once more will circle out. 1:10 to go in this overtime. Lamb cutting in, gets around one defender, won't get around the second. Whitelaw tied up. He's tripped up, and Whitelaw without a stick. Now Lamb with the puck, drop off. Chesley, a great shot in front, another chance. Stein was out of position. They couldn't get the shot off. A scrum in front. Wolverines escape. Minnesota still with possession, but an errant pass trickles the puck all the way down to the Gopher end. 40 seconds to go here in overtime. Chesley on the near side, back in the Michigan zone. Tries to pass to Lamb in the slot. He couldn't corral it, now picks it up, cuts back behind the net. Under pressure from Truscott and Halem. Halem comes away with the puck, looks to bump it up to Warner. Under 30 seconds to go. Warner cutting up the far side, has Halem, tries a shot, it's high. Ricochets all the way around the net. Lamb almost got there, Edwards there first. 15 seconds to go in overtime. Halem picks up the puck, tries to enter the Gopher zone, and Warner goes off sides. Finally a whistle after what felt like forever. 11.9 seconds to go in our first overtime here in Ann Arbor. 2-2 the score.
Yeah, and you feel like Minnesota has dominated slightly more of the time possession in this overtime. It seems like they've been a little bit more in control, and if not for Logan Stein, this could be over already.
Near side draw just outside the Gopher zone, 10 seconds to go, won by Minnesota. Pass across the ice to Snuggerud. He cuts up the near side, walks Shifsky, but runs into trouble with Hage. Hage pokes the puck away. Almost had a bit of a breakaway chance there, but time expires on our first overtime.
Oh, and what's better than the first overtime of hockey?
I'm going to embarrass myself right here and note that I'm not certain if we go to a second overtime or if we go to a shootout. I believe we're moving to a shootout.
You would be correct, yes, if I'm right.
Yes, we are moving to a shootout. I do not like shootouts better than overtime.
I don't either.
Now, if I was the dictator of all of hockey, we would play 3-on-3 overtime until someone scored. Hockey, unlike a sport like football, isn't really one where the chance of injury increases drastically with each preceding minute. I think we should reward whichever team is better conditioned and more skillful during total and complete exhaustion and play until someone scores. But alas, we move to a shootout.
Yeah, in the 2023 NHL playoffs, I think it was Stars Jets or Stars Golden Knights that went to 4 periods of overtime.
And so, after 65 minutes of hockey, the score, Michigan 2, Minnesota 2. It's time for a shootout. Matthew Wood starts things off for the Gophers. He cuts down on Stein, just wide of the net. A nice move, but he missed at the very end.
And I think Wood's mistake there was pulling to the left. I think it gave Stein enough time to over-orient his body and make the stop.
Michael Hage is next for the Wolverines. He picks up the puck, gets center ice, cuts over the Big Ten logo, a bit of side-to-side movement, crosses laterally and misses the net as well. He had it wide open, walked Souliere, but couldn't finish.
And I think Hage and Wood made very similar mistakes there of slightly overextending the play.
Eric Paulson will go next for Minnesota. Scoreless in overtime. He cuts way to the far side, now tries a shot. An easy save for Logan Stein. Seems he was looking for the 5-hole. He couldn't find it.
And that one went straight into Stein's leg. There was no chance of that getting through.
Now TJ Hughes to compete for the Wolverines. Picks up the puck, goes straight down on Souliere, lifts it on the backhand. Michigan on the board. That's big for TJ Hughes.
And again, it's that same use of stick handling that sort of failed the last 3 shooters, but this time he's going to get it off.
Now here's Snuggerud, a chance to even it up. Cuts near side, the shot, no good! Michigan wins in the shootout!
And that's good for the Wolverines' first sweep since November to round out the regular season.
Goodbye, Gophers. Michigan, when they needed it most for playoff seeding for the NCAA tournament, sweeps the Gophers, who swept them and shut them out in December. Hail to the victors, Ann Arbor. We'll be celebrating the praises of the Maize and Blue tonight.
And who would it be to deliver the winning shot than the player who's been so crucial to the Wolverines all season? TJ Hughes, lone scorer in the shootout.
The Wolverines continue their excellence in overtime. And in a contentious rivalry series, the Wolverines sweep the Gophers. One of those rare situations where not only are folks in Ann Arbor happy, but there will be cheers in East Lansing too tonight. Gophers second in the Big Ten. This should secure the Michigan State's first round bye in the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah, that wraps up the conference regular season title for the Wolverines, for the Spartans, my apologies, which just means yet again, there's the potential for another feisty matchup between the Spartans and the Wolverines in the postseason.
What a game. What a win. And thanks most to all of you who have spent part of your Saturday evening with us here on WCBN. Vihaan, any closing thoughts?
I think Michigan, this is the type of game that they've struggled to win all season. They just had a hard time building on momentum from sweeps. It seems like they maybe got a little bit too complacent or just couldn't maintain that energy over the course of 6 full periods of hockey. We saw it last weekend with Duel in the D being an absolute stinker for the Wolverines, coming off a nice win in East Lansing. But Michigan has kind of proven that maybe they're getting over that hump, maybe they're getting around. And last year this team got hot in the postseason. Maybe this year's team will as well.
An embrace at center ice among multiple players of the Wolverines, followed by a trip around the stadium. The Wolverines sweep in their final home weekend of the 2024-2025 regular season. What a way to close it out. Goodbye, Minnesota. Michigan seals the deal in a shootout off the stick of TJ Hughes. Thanks to all of you for spending part of your Saturday with us on WCBN. Hope you're as happy as we are up here in the booth. For Vihaan Easwar, I've been Owen Crain. Good night. Go Blue!
Go Blue!